Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
Hello there, future doctors. Look, if you've been grinding away at those mock exams and seeing scores pop up in that 200 to 400 range, I know it's stressful. It can feel really disappointing, right? So what do you do now? Well, instead of just giving you some empty motivation, we're going to build a practical, super realistic roadmap together. Let's get right into it.
So this is the big question on your mind, isn't it? Whether you're the student staring at these numbers or you're a parent trying to figure out how to help, it's just a really tough spot to be in. Our whole goal here is to give you total clarity on what's possible in this score range, so you can make a decision that's informed, not one that's just emotional.
All right, first things first, we have to have a little reality check. Before we even start dreaming about different paths, we need to look at the hard numbers for government medical colleges. And this isn't meant to be a downer, I promise. It's all about being smart and strategic. This number right here, 540. You need to remember this number because it's pretty much everything. Based on all the analysis, this is the most likely cutoff for an open category seat in a government college through the All India quota. This is our baseline. So here's the bottom line. If your score is hovering in that 200 to 400 range, a government medical college seat is, let's be honest, not really a viable option. And that's especially true in those super competitive states like UP, Bihar, or Rajasthan. But acknowledging this fact, that's not failure. It's actually the first and most important step toward finding the right path for you. Okay, so if government colleges are off the table, what's next? Well, path number one takes us into the world of private medical colleges, right here in India. But it's not as simple as it sounds, you know? It's really a world split into two very, very different tiers. This chart breaks it down perfectly. You've got two different worlds of private colleges. On one side, you have the low-fee private colleges. The budget there is around 50 lakh rupees. But look at the score you need, 510 to 530. The competition there is just fierce. Now, on the other side, you have the higher-fee private colleges. Here, the budget definitely jumps up to around 80 lakhs or even more. But, and this is crucial, the score you need drops right into that 200-400 range and the competition is way more moderate. So if that higher fee option sounds like it could be a real possibility for you, where should you be looking? Well, these are the key states to focus on. You'll want to think about Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and especially the deemed universities in Karnataka. Those are probably your prime targets. Chhattisgarh and West Bengal also have seats, and you might even find some options in Madhya Pradesh, especially during the later counseling rounds. But what if a budget of 80 lakhs just isn't going to work? Or maybe you're starting to wonder if MBBS is the only path for you. That brings us to our second major pathway, exploring all the other excellent careers in medicine and science. And there are some fantastic options here, really. You could go for a Bachelor of Dental Surgery, or BDS. You could look into the AYUSH courses, that's Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. Veterinary science is another great field, and it's getting super popular, especially in states like Maharashtra. And of course, there's always the choice to take a drop year, just to really focus and reattempt NEET with a whole new strategy. Now, for those of you who are just absolutely set on becoming an MBBS doctor, you know who you are. But the score, or the budget in India is a major hurdle, well, there is a third very compelling path to think about. And that path is, of course, studying abroad. The options really open up once you look globally. You've got more affordable routes in countries all across Europe and Central Asia, and then you have the big destinations like Australia, the UK, and the US. The best choice for you really depends on a mix of your own merit, your score, and of course, your family's specific budget. Okay, I know that was a ton of information. We've talked government colleges, private options, alternatives, going abroad. It's really easy to feel overwhelmed. So let's pull it all together. This next part is all about creating a simple decision-making framework for you and your parents to use together. It really boils down to a simple 4-step plan. First, just get real about your score. Second, have that honest, maybe tough conversation about the family budget. Third, use everything we've just talked about to really weigh the pros and cons of each path. And then finally, you make the choice that feels right for you and your future. So let's end on this thought. That score, it's not a verdict on your future. It's just a data point. It doesn't define where you're going to end up. It just clarifies your starting line. We've laid out the map. We've shown you all the possible routes. Now, the only question left is, which path are you going to choose?